One more. Here we go. QST, QST, QST. This is Net Control Station, Kilo 2, Alpha Mike Foxtrot, calling the Northwest Traffic Net. Hey, my name's Neil. I'm located in Northwest Spokane, Washington. Now, this is a directed net, and the net meets every evening at 6:30 p.m. here on the K7ID linked repeaters. Got two of them, otherwise they wouldn't be linked. Mica, frequency 146 decibel 9080 megahertz. Got a tone of 127.3 hertz and a minus offset. And now Canfield is our UHF repeater. She's sitting on 443.975 megs with a tone of 136.5 hertz. That guy's got a positive offset. I don't know about an accent, but that's positive offset. Those two repeaters are linked, and that betters the coverage. All amateurs are welcome and invited to check in.
K7ID repeater.
The purpose of the net is to provide an opportunity to pass written traffic, and that allows our net participants to better their message traffic handling skills, and QSOs can be coordinated. Each night does have its own net control operator, but we're always looking for subs, so feel free to volunteer with our net manager, Gabby. KE7ADN. Now, when we're looking for subs, we're not looking for, subs. We're looking for substitutes. I got a question about that last week. So let Gabby know if you're interested. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And it's great to have subs. So feel free to volunteer. You can get hold of me with my call sign, K2AMF at ARRL.net. And let me know. I'll pass it on to Miss Gabby. Or you can contact her direct. She's usually on this frequency somewhere. So, again, feel free to stand by, and we'll take a quick break. All stations stand by for check-in, and be advised that stations with emergency traffic may break in at any time. If you have emergency traffic, please come on now, and we'll get that taken care of. This is Neil, K2AMF, waiting for any emergency traffic. Okay, well, we burned 2 minutes, and so I'm going to start with some early ins, in and outs. What I'd like to do, by the way, folks, this is National Cat Day. Now, cats are special to me. If you don't like cats, that's okay. However, you're wrong. Okay, let's just spell it that way. If you'd like, when you check in and you have a cat, could you just let us know, and I'll write the name down and bless your cat on National Cat Day, or not. It's up to you. So this is Neil, K2AMF, now taking early ins and outs. Please come now.
W7UAT, Tom in Post Falls. I used to have 2 cats, but they have since gone to Happy Cat Land, and now I have a dog, and I'm clear.
All right, Tom. 2 ex-cats and a dog. Or I think you said you had a dog now. Okay. All right, I'll take another early in and out if you'd like, or just an early in and stick around. I got some cat facts for everybody. K2AMA.
7 DUK, Michael, and 2 cats.
Mike and 2, okay. Copy, Mike, 2 cats. All right, that's starting out pretty good here. Some more early ins and outs, please. Current time, 1834.
Well, let me see if I'm doubling. 2 for the count, KE7ADN and KE7ADT. 2. I have Cat Bennett, I have Cat Benatar, and I have David Meowie. K7ADN.
Gabby, you gave him a first and last name? Now that's cool. Very cool. Thanks, Gabby.
We'll be listening. KE7ADN. Yep, had to. They're special. KE7ADN.
Okay, let's make it clear. You don't have to be a cat owner, lover, hater, whatever to check in. We just like getting a whole bunch of names and passing them on to Miss Gabby. So if you're hearing me and you have a license and should be transmitting, please do so. This is Neil, K2AMF, Northwest Traffic Net.
November 7, Romeo Lima Papa, Randy and Athol. I have one cat. Answers to the name of Striper. Sometimes,
cool name.
when she feels like it.
Oh, Randy. Now that's a great name for a cat. Yes, very good. Excellent. I like it. K2AMF. Now taking some more chickens if I can get them.
This is KC7CAV, Bob in Spokane Valley.
Okay, Dr. Bob, what's your cat report? I think I already know. You went to Vietnam and ate them for breakfast, right?
Yeah, there aren't too many of them around here. I have no cats. Do have 2 dogs, though, so I'm looking forward to hearing about your cat stories tonight. This is KC7CAV, back to the net.
Okay, Bob, gotcha. I didn't know you had 2 dogs. Well, I do now. We got them logged in, too. This is Neil, K2AMF, looking for more early ins and outs to the Northwest Traffic Net. Come now.
KG7 LRV, Martin, no cats.
Okay, Martin, I've got you down. And I think Rick might have a cat for you. I'm not sure. No, that was Tom. He has some spare ones. K2AMF.
KI7 TFC is Kurt in Post Falls. I have 4 cats.
Wow, Kurt. Wow, Kurt, way to go. Well, one time we had 4 cats and 4 litter trays. So that, yeah. Anyway, I got you down, Kurt, and log in with 4 cats. Love it. K2AMF, looking for more ins and outs for the Northwest Traffic Net. Come now.
W7ENI, Ray, no cats.
You sound pretty sure of that, Ray. Yeah, okay, we got you in. Current time, 1837. Looking for some more ins and outs, please.
KG7, Sierra Alpha Alpha, Sheila in Post Falls. Good evening, Neil.
Hey, hi, Sheila. Do you have any cats? Just because we got to be fair about it.
Well, I missed the first part of your show here, so I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I do have 1 cat, KG7, Sierra Alpha Alpha.
Okay, get logged in. Yeah, this is National Cat Day. I kid you not. And Miss Gabby has some amazing names for her cats. She names them first name and a last name. And although I've never met them, it just sounds like they would fit. So that's what we're doing tonight is cats. K2AMF. Somebody trying and
KI7 PMQ out here in the Principality State Line. Yeah, good evening, Neil. And we have 1 leased cat. Our cat that we have has actually come over from our neighbors, and he's just a barn cat. He's hangs out in the hay barn and eats up all the mice, and that's his job.
K7ID, repeater.
hey, well, I'm going to bring up my first cat comment since you said that. Quite a long time ago, sometime before the great bubonic plague business, the Pope at the time decided that cats are evil and should be destroyed. So that's what he did. And you know what happened? Yeah, a huge buildup of vermin in the form of little Mickey Mices and rats. And a lot of people think that that proclamation brought us the bubonic plague, also known as the Black Death of the Middle Ages there. So there you go. Sometimes even a pope makes a bad call. K2A, man. Trying to break in there, not making it. Well, I'm copying repeater. I mean, I'm not copying any voice there, no modulation. I don't know if somebody with a very, very weak signal is trying to come in. Does anyone else hear that, and can they relay? Well, that ain't working for me. How about I take some more early ins and outs? If you need to check in and check out, do that now. Then I'll go into some announcements. K2AMF, Northwest Traffic Net. I think somebody's trying there, but they ain't making it.
This is KG7, Uniform Whiskey Bravo. Steve and Hayden. In and out.
Oh. Okay, Steve, we got you in and out at 1841. Okay, this National Cat Day thing, it was founded as a way to bring awareness to the number of homeless cats, actually. It's a celebration that takes place on August 8th in Canada, or, in our case, October 29th every year. National Cat Day website states that the holiday was first celebrated in 2005. So it's a relatively new one. If you haven't heard of it, I really hadn't, till Mr. Ed told us yesterday. Its purpose is to galvanize the public to recognize the numbers of cats that need to be rescued every year, and also to encourage cat lovers to celebrate their cats in their life for unconditional love. I don't know about that. Sometimes they love you better with a can of tuna, but anyway. and the companionship that they bestow among us. Now here's a little statement. The smallest feline is a masterpiece. And I'm not going to tease you. You know who said that? Of course you do. That was Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci said that. Okay, this is Northwest Traffic Net, not the Northwest Cat Net, but if you would like to check in now, please do so. Current time, 1843. That's just too weak. I'm not getting that, which is kind of crappy. All right, so we got that out of the way. Okay, this is Neil. I'll try one more time for any kind of check-in, early or even late. If you think you're late, fine. Come now, K2AMF. We'll listen up. Then I got some cat facts and some announcements for you.
Kilo Charlie 7, Delta Romeo India, John, and I have no cats.
Romeo India, right? Yeah, that's number 16.
No, Delta Romeo India.
Okay, got it.
It's 7 OVC, 2.5 cats. The third one's a stray.
Well, that counts, John. And, well, the other John, right? Now we got more. I knew we had more than one John, but DRI, John, I got you checked in. Your number 16. And, John, we got you with your 2.5. Hey, there's a few. How do you celebrate National Cat Day? I got a whole page of them, but I'll try to just to get the cool ones. Probably the best way is to adopt one from the local shelter or cat rescue, and donate blankets, foods, toys to the same place. They can always use that, make you feel good, and it'll help out the cats. Something that I've done in the past is you can volunteer just to play with some of the cats in there. Get them ready for adoption, socialize, and just help out as you can. That would be a neat thing to do. Current time, 18:45, and I'm taking check-ins. Well, take them if I can get them.
You see, with a couple of interesting facts about cats. Number one, they don't have carbohydrate receptors, so any carbohydrates in cat food are for the benefit of the owners. And number two, their stomach acids will easily dissolve bones. KI7OVC.
John, did you say that their stomach acid can dissolve phones?
Bones.
Or bones. Okay, that I could get. But phones was a little bit of a stretch.
Dissolve phone and maybe CW as well. KI7OVC.
Yeah, that's like one of my friends asked me what my favorite band was, and I said VHF.
This day in history, in 1945, the ballpoint pen was released, which really surprised me, which infers that there never were any ballpoint pens in World War II. So if you see a World War II movie with a ballpoint pen, it's a mistake. KI7OVC.
All right, John, thanks for sharing that. Do we got anybody else that's been waiting to try to get in here with a call sign? I'm up to, well, counting Josie and I might sneak in Strawberry, but I probably shouldn't and I won't. But we're up to 18 already. 18, and we're right at the midpoint of our net. So come now. If you're listening, you can check in on multiple numbers of ways. You can hit me up on the internet. You can hit me up on an email. And you can send an email to me, K2AMF at ARRF.net. It's kind of the same address as I said it right before. All right, I'm going to listen for some more check-ins. Please come now. We got to break 20, folks. K2AMF is listening.
Okay, fine. N7MOT checking in.
You got any cats, Lenny? I know you just moved, so you might not. Also, strays count, or as we prefer to call them, ghetto cats, or maybe we don't call them that. Yeah, okay. Well, Lenny, you got me up to 19, 1-9er. I need at least 2 more, because I got to do more than 20. I just now decided that. K2AMF.
K7ID, repeater.
No, that guy don't count. He tries to check in every net, but no, it ain't happening. How about anyone else that has not checked in yet, but would like to and hasn't been able to because I've been rabbiting on a little bit too much? This is the Northwest Traffic Net, and I would be happy just to hear your call sign. I'll write it in the book here.
Hey, K2MF Net Control, good evening. This is Kilo Delta 8, Delta X-Ray Charlie, KD8 DXC, Rob over here in Green Acres.
Got you, Rob. We're also doing cat census. You have a cat?
Yeah, I can't consider her a cat. She's like a mountain lion. She adopted us. She's about 24 pounds, and she is one beautiful, huge cat, and I tell you, she's solid as a rock. And the thing is, when she jumps on you in the middle of the night, you know it too. You feel it. Every pound of it and some, that's for sure. Yeah, she's a nice cat. I'm glad that she adopted us, that's for sure. Since we moved out here, because our other 2 kitties passed away. And speaking of cats, I mean, not to get off subject, there's a website, if you ever, Universal Radio, if you guys ever heard that back in Columbus, Ohio, they also have they're big cat people for ham radio. So if anybody wants to look at their showing all their cats, they can take a look at that, that's for sure. This is KD8D, actually, we'll be clear, and QRT. Hey, have a good night.
Okay, gotcha. Also got A couple of internet check-ins. One all the way from Montana. He calls himself, or I don't know, we call him Montana Dave. That's just that. Well, he's named Dave and he's from Montana. It makes sense. I hope you understand that. His call again, K7MTD. It's going in the log. Gets me up. Dave, you are 23. I like it. And Phil down in Reno, also checking in through the internet. Phil Bergen, you guys may remember him. Sheila used to call him Smurf Boy because his call is K2SMF. I guess you pronounce that Smurf, something like that. So, 2 internet check-ins. I like it. That's, like I said, we're up to 23 with Montana Dave. Hey, this is Neil, K2AMF on the Northwest Traffic Net, looking for some more check-ins. Turret time, 1850. We're on 10 minutes and out.
And 7 ISP, Adam Spokane Valley, mobile.
Hey, Adam, can you give me your call one more time?
Not a problem. November 7, Italy, Sugar, Papa.
Oh yes, I have looked at your QRZ bio a couple of times, and ISP sounds familiar somehow, even though I'm from Washington, WSP land. Got you checked in, and thank you very much. I got you down. You are number 24. All right.
Alrighty, sir. I will take it. That was actually my radio number when I was on the job for a while, so it means something. We'll clear and let you get back and catch a couple of more. And 7 ISP, clear monitoring.
Yeah, Adam, when I hear vanity call signs like that, I sometimes look into it and see if I can figure out why. Interesting. And thank you for checking in, and thank you for your service. All right, folks, you need to know this, I think, maybe. Kittens have 26 temporary teeth, which tend to fall out when they're about 6 months old. And then an adult cat, I don't know where they get these extra teeth from. Maybe it's like our wisdom teeth. But an adult cat has 30 teeth. 16 on the top and 14 on the bottom. Okay, K2AMF's looking for check-ins for the Northwest Traffic Net. Hey, well, as far as the internet goes, we still got Phil and Dave listening to me. I kind of like that. Makes me feel special inside. Hey, did you guys know that cats don't have sweat glands like humans do? Instead, and get this, they do sweat. They sweat only through their paws. Yikes. That sounds kind of weird. Hey, you ever wonder why a cat heads down a tree that it just climbed up? Head first down. That is because they can't climb cat can't climb head first down a tree because every claw on a cat's paw points the same way, so they cannot grip it. They just go zip. I suppose they could skate down a tree, but to get down from a tree, they got 2 choices. They can jump, and I've seen them do it from an ungodly height, or they can go backwards. Maybe we've all seen that too. You guys are listening to the Northwest the Northwest Traffic Net. This is Neil in Spokane. If you can hear me and haven't checked in yet, please do. This is 1853, and I'm happy to write down your call. Man, I got a whole page of why cats are better than dogs, but I don't want to get into that. I know we're not supposed to talk about politics, religions, I don't know, a few other things. They should probably add pets, because most of if you have a pet, you know it ain't a pet, it's part of your family. And that's just the way it is. Cats make 100 different sounds. Dogs make 10. Although dogs, I'm kind of glad that cats don't growl or roar like their big brothers and sisters, lions and whatnot. Can you imagine that? You're living in town here and the dogs start barking and a tiny little 10-pound pussycat sets off a roar that sends the dog back in its doghouse. That would be weird and not good. Current time, 1855. Are there any more check-ins I can write down? We are up to 24. I need an even number, an even 25. So if you're listening to me, please come now. Okay, well, check this out. There's 500 million. I had to say that like Dr. Evil. 500 million domestic cats in the world. 40 recognized breeds. It's commonly thought that ancient Egyptians were the first to domesticate cats, if you consider them domesticated, but the oldest known pet cat was recently found. I hope he was not wandering around, but he was recently found in a 9,500-year-old grave on Cyprus. That grave predated early Egyptian art depicting cats by over 4,000 years. K2AMF, looking for check-ins. Hey, the first cat in space. Okay, how many of you guys knew about the dog in space? The Russian one didn't make it back, but I won't bring that up because it's kind of sad. However, the first cat in space was French, a French cat named Felicity, or Astro Cat. And I think somebody renamed it. I don't think it was born Astro Cat, but in 1963, the nation of France blasted the cat into outer space. I don't know what the cat thought of that. Electrodes implanted in her brain sent neurological signals back to Earth. She survived the trip. K2AMF, looking for check-ins.
K7ID, repeater.
Okay, we're coming down to about the last 3 minutes or so. I do have some other non-cat announcements, but I'm going to throw this one out just because I like it. Cats are the world's most popular pets, outnumbering dogs by as many as 3 to 1. So there you go. K2AMF. I know who that is. That's Valera. Gotcha, Valera. Thank you very much. Do you have a cat?
Negative. My last cat was about 17 years old, and he got buried. He was dead. But, yeah, she was our longest living one, I think, that we ever had. We decided not to get any more after that, so we did travel and things. Not having to worry about an animal. So we don't have a dog, we don't have a cat. But I like them.
Yeah, well, Valera, I know you got a husband, and some wives think that counts as some sort of wild animal. I know when I get out of the shower and blow dry my hair, it's kind of a caveman look I got going. Hey, I better get these announcements out. Aries meeting on the first Monday of the month at 6:30 at the Search and Rescue Building, located at 10865 North Ramsey Road in Hayden. KARS meets on the second Monday of the month at 7 p.m. at the same place. And they do VE testing on the second Monday. That's at 5:30 prior to the KARS meeting. And with that, I'll listen for, if I can squeeze in any more. We got about 2 minutes. This is Neil, K2AMF. All right, well, this is a good one, guys. I know you've been waiting for something better than your average Pope messed up and caused the plague kind of deal, which, by the way, I don't think he really did. But according to Hebrew legend, Noah prayed to God for helping protect all the food he had stored on the ark from being eaten by rats. In reply, God made a lion sneeze, and out popped a cat. There you go. Cat can travel at top speed of about 31 miles an hour, 49 clicks if you're into that, but only for a short distance. Cats, they rub up against us not to be affectionate, no matter how much we think they're doing it for that reason. They're actually marking us as their human. no other cat can be a cat's brain. By the way, is biologically more similar to a human brain than it is to a dog brain. Both humans and cats have identical regions in their brains that are responsible for emotions, and that may explain why the cat gives you stink eye every once in a while. Okay, I'm running out of time. I've got 25 contacts. I thank each and every one of you, especially you, the guys that checked in over the internet. That really makes me happy and all kind of warm and fuzzy and whatnot. I'll give one more shot for late check-ins. Anyone else, please check in now. Then I'll sign off the net. This is Neil, K2AMF, Northwest Traffic Net. Okay, so
K7ID repeater. The time is 7 p.m.
Where is my ending bit? Well, that sucks. K2AMF, stand by. I got like 10 pages of cat facts. I got to get my ending here. Stand by, please. Okay, I got it. Luckily, Miss Josie handed it to me. That's the way she does it. Hey, this is Net Control Station Kilo 2 AMF. Now calling, I already did that. So here's what I'm going to do. Good evening. Yes, thank you all for checking in, each and every one of you. My name is still Neil, and I still want to thank the K7ID members for use of the linked repeaters. And I am now going to return the K7ID repeaters back to their normal use. K2AMF is clear. Again, thank you guys, and the next time I'm on will not be National Cat Day, so you'll be spared that. K2AMF is clear. Hey, Miss Gabby, KE7ADN, you still there? K2AMF.
I am here. Go ahead, Neil. KE7ADN.
Well, I thought I was going to end up in a, I wanted I wanted 25. I wanted 1/4 of 100. I got it. Valaire checked in, and I should have checked in her husband, although she didn't say that, so I can't really do it. But that puts us at 25, counting Josie and I. So what a great net. Again, I had 2 check-ins over the internet, Phil down in Reno and Montana Dave. 2 guys that cannot hear our net without a little help. So that was cool, too. Hope you got it. 25, Neil, K2AMF.
Yes, but add one more shortwave listener. Good evening to Mark listening out there. He checked in by way of text, so there you go, 26. Thank you very much, Neil. Good night. National Cat. Too bad you didn't learn everybody's cat names. I like cat names. So, everybody be safe out there. Thanks. KE7ADN.
Yeah, those of us that own cats, I think I told you guys, when we got straw, I wanted a calico, and kittens aren't born so much in the winter months. But anyway, we went to the shelter, and there was this tiny little calico, had a little, one of those name tag things, paper name tags wrapped around her neck, and it said strawberry. But I had a different name when we went down there. But as soon as we got her home, and I cut that name off, no, that just fit her so well, Miss Strawberry. And some of you guys, if you use eQSL, have gotten my QSL card, which also has Miss Strawberry on it. So that's kind of cool too. All right, Miss Gabby, I'll shut up, give the repeaters a break, and turn them to their normal use and all that stuff. With that additional contact, we have an even number now, 26. Thank you. K2AMF.
Did you check in verify?
All right, Neil. Oh, heck, it's been a good time. That's for sure. Have a good one. Hello to everyone on that end and Pet Strawberry. That's just a cool name for a calico cat. I don't care how you spell it. And then seeing her, yeah, she's definitely a strawberry. So right, have a good one. KU7 ADN.
Roger, Gabby. You remember Phil, K2SMF? He's on the internet with me right now, and he said that it was an interesting net, but he took a cat nap in the middle of it. Now, is that supposed to be funny, or weren't we animated enough? K2AMF.
Oh, that's classic. Cat nap in between a cat nap. That works. He must have been nibbling too much on that catnip. KU7 ADN.
K7ID repeater.
K2AMF, Mr. Repeater. I'll have the last word. Thank you very much.
Neil, how many Grumman aircraft added the name Cat? Wildcat, Hellcat, Tiger Cat, Tomcat. There was a bunch of them.
Yeah, you're right, John. And Wildcat was an underperformer because I think it was on the drawing boards in the 30s, and the Japanese Zero pilots got used to simply shooting the Wildcats down. It was relatively easy, I guess. But the Hellcat, Dodge named their the latest running 707 horsepower, and of course they called that a Wildcat. It's a Hemi powered car. I really like it. Anyway, but what they used to do, the Wildcat, what would happen is the Zero would head straight up into the air, and just climb and climb and climb and climb, and if the guy was kind of a rookie, the Wildcat pilot would fly right up after it. But the problem was the Zero could go much higher and faster, and the Wildcat would basically get to the top of its climb and run out of poop and just slide back on its tail. And then the Zero would slip around and shoot him down because the guy he's not even in controlled flight. So when they got the Hellcats, there was a few Japanese pilots, aces, who knew how to take out an American plane. They tried that trick. It didn't work with a Hellcat. The Hellcat was still right on his tail. In fact, the Zero got to the top of his climb and started, falling back and expected to catch the Wildcat in its sight. And no, Wildcat took him out. It's an amazing plane the Hellcat took him out. That Hellcat was an amazing plane. Really good. You probably know that. All right, this is Neil, current time 1908, and I am no longer net control, so I have to pay attention. K2AMF.
That's not the entire story. The Wildcat actually may have had a higher service ceiling. It just couldn't climb with the Zero because it had armor plating. We valued life more than the Bushido Samurai. The Samurai Type Zero had no armor plating whatsoever, but it could climb like a bat out of hell. Thatch was a guy that developed the proper tactics. Teamwork is what saved the Americans. By doing it in a two-ship formation, they quickly mastered the tactics. And, of course, the Wildcat could dive very nicely.
Yeah, John, you're a fountain of youth. I still think fountain of youth? No, fountain of knowledge. That's what I'm trying to say. Although you might be a fountain of youth too. I don't know. I still think we should get on and just talk. Maybe when you get more comfortable in what you're doing and where you're at, we can do something like that. I think it would be interesting. K2AMF.
I just had to say that because the Wildcat was my dad's favorite. When he was in high school, Shelley, Idaho, he got to actually start one. The aeronautics class, they were obsolete at that time, but they used a cartridge starter. It was like a rifle cartridge that went in it, and that got the inertia going, and then it turned over the big Pratt & Whitney engine. By the way, the Hellcat had an R2800 in it, the same as Corsair, I think, and the Tiger Cat had two of them. They used them in the Reno Air Races.
Yeah, and didn't the Hellcat have double the horsepower of the Wildcat?
Not quite double, but certainly a superior power to weight ratio, and it still couldn't climb as fast as the Zero, but it had the armor. It had armor and speed and armament. More importantly, the American aircraft could carry a huge arsenal of armament, but the Zero was still one of the most maneuverable, and it could outclimb pretty much anything.
Oh, yeah. I might have told my story a little bit wrong. I saw this in a documentary. It wasn't that the Hellcat could outclimb the Zero. It's just that the Hellcat did not fall away. It could go a better altitude than the Wildcat. And where the Wildcat, you know, the Zero pilots were used to the Wildcats crapping out, basically, and then they could jump on them. The Hellcat did not do that. And yeah, I imagine it must have weighed a lot more than a Zero. Of course, Zeros, they didn't have self-sealing tanks. They had very little armor for the pilot. And I've seen things where the Zeros had cannon as well as machine gun. So you didn't want to get hit by one, but if you were to hit a Zero right behind the pilot, that's where the fuel tank was, you would set them on fire and they just go down. All right, so that's your tip. All of you Hellcat drivers out there, there you go. That's your tip for today. K2AMA.
Yeah, and early in World War II, the Axis powers, their pilots were way better trained. They had very excellent pilots, but that went downhill. They lost their brain trust in the Battle of Midway and other places, and towards the end of the war, they were very inferior. But our pilots were kind of consistent throughout the entire war, and survival, well, it was sort of the law of the jungle. The longer you stayed as a fighter pilot, the better your skills got, the better your survival skills. And for anybody to survive, it was quite the something. Certainly different times than nowadays with the over-the-horizon weaponry. KI-7 OBC Friday.
Okay, a little pause there for emergency traffic or someone wanting the frequency. Take it. I've been hogging it. Get it? Pigman hogged it for a half hour. Yeah, gotcha, John. You're right. Midway, that was only a few months from Pearl Harbor. Was it about the middle of 42, I believe? And we got 4 carriers, and pretty much the guys that did Ford Island or Hawaii, Pearl Harbor. As I recall, the Japanese were not able to launch another carrier assault like they did with 400 or 500 planes ever again, and so that had to feel good. Midway is an amazing story. I'm sure you're familiar with it. I've done quite a bit of study on it for some reason. I just like it, maybe because we won. And yeah, it was a good one. K2AMA.
Uncle Walt was in the Battle of Midway. We sent down 5 flat tops, and I think we lost only 2. The Japanese lost the Hiryu, the Soryu, the Kaga, the Akagi, and the 5th one that I cannot remember. But very good spotting, and it's in world history. It was the very first naval war that was fought entirely over the horizon. Neither of the antagonists ships saw each other.
Yep, that's correct. And of course, before the Coral Sea, I believe it was before Midway, and one of the carriers was damaged to the. They said it would take 6 to 9 months to totally repair it, and the admiral there said, "No, you got 3 days." And the guys got her going again, and they were still working on it. They had. Lots and lots and lots of Pearl Harbor mechanics and repair people and whatever were on the aircraft carrier as it headed out to battle for the Battle of Midway. And we had a bit of luck on our side. We had broke the JN 25 codes by then, and there was no chance of another surprise attack. So way to go, Navy. K2AMA.
K7ID, repeater.
I'll throw in one more little tidbit of trivia. There's a popular general aviation engine. Well, I wouldn't say popular, but for people that are really into round engines and nostalgia, there's an Australian company that makes it kind of like a baby Pratt. It's actually an R2800, but it's not 2,800 cubic inches. It's 2,800 cc's, so it's a dicky little motor. They put it in things like kick boxes and miniature Corsairs and so forth. KI7 OVC.
Yeah, all right. Well, I have got to go do something completely different. And it's always a pleasure talking to you, John. Be good, stay dry. Weather lady said it may rain every single day for the next 7 days. I don't know about that, but that is the deal. Also, I remembered the name of that carrier was it was the Yorktown, and the Japanese had written that off as sunk. So they were surprised that we could play as many aircraft. However, our first launch of aircraft, they were torpedo bombers and with no cap, no combat air patrol. And I believe every single one of them, except maybe one, was shot down. And one of the pilots, he was an Ensign Gay or something like that. That was his name. He was in his life raft between the carrier and, well, between the American carriers and the Japanese carriers, and he had a ringside seat. So, yeah, interesting. All right, I got to go. Thanks, John, and thanks to my friends on the internet. You guys are great. K2AMF.
That sounds like a line out of Monty Python or something. And now for something completely different. Yeah, I got domestic chores to see to, so it's been nice chatting, and I will be QSY, KI7 OBC.